Hello, everybody. So we're getting ready to do Claudia's event coming up. I know some of you will be in our April um, weekend event, and some of you are in our May event. But I'm going to do a video to show you how to get prepped for the class, um, no matter which event you're in. So the only thing that we're really going to need you to do before class is to cut your background fabric and get it prepared. So I'm going to show you a little bit how to do that. First off, within your pattern, you all have different patterns, so I can't tell you like exactly what page it's on or anything like that, but you should have, and you can kind of zoom in on this, a page that looks something like this that has your cutting instructions, and it should have your cutting instructions for both your background fabric and for Shape Flex, which is a stabilizer that you will be using. So you'll need to find that page in your pattern. You might need to print out your pattern first if you haven't done that. Get it printed out, put it in a little 3-ring binder, have it ready, because you're going to need all those pages. So if you haven't had the chance to print out your pattern, that's probably the first thing you need to do is print it out, get it ready for class, and then find your cutting instructions. Okay, so go ahead and follow the cutting instructions like it tells you to. So whatever your background fabric says, you're going to need to cut those different shapes. Depending on the pattern, they're all going to be different out of your background fabric. She's done a very good job in this pattern, and I imagine the other ones too, of actually showing you laying out how to cut the fabric out of your background fabric to get the best options and to make sure you have enough, and also shows you really well on the Shape Flex on how to do that. So you're going to cut out your background fabric and your Shape Flex. Shape Flex is a stabilizer that looks like this. We sell it here. If you need some, you're going to need some for all your background fabrics. It really helps to stabilize the fabric and to prevent a lot of puckering. A lot of these are really dense designs, and it's a great stabilizer for the backs of fabric. So we sell this here. If you need some, you can get it here. If you're not local, you can find some place that has it, but it's SF101 Pellon or Shape Flex. Okay, so I have here a piece of fabric for my background fabric and my Shape Flex that are kept the same size. First thing I'm going to do is take my background fabric, and this is now let me go back a little bit here. Some of her patterns are older, and over the years Claudia has changed the way she recommends getting fabric prepped and what kind of stabilizers she recommends using. So kind of ignore a little bit what your pattern says, and this is her most latest method that she recommends, is what I'm going to show you here. The first thing you're going to need is Terrio Magic, and this is just a very, very heavy duty starch. It's very thick. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix half Terrio Magic and half Best Press. We're going to mix those half and half. So you could pour like half of this into there and do whatever you need, or just get a separate spray bottle like we did here and mix half and half of these two. Then you're going to spray down your fabric really well. You're going to get it nice and wet with that mixture. You're going to let it soak up, and you're going to get it nice and wet, make sure it's all dark, and then you're going to let it sit. Throw it off in the corner for a minute and spray your other ones. Give that starch mixture a chance to really soak into your fabrics. Once that has soaked in really well and your fabric is nice and starched, you're going to iron it out. So get that, you'll iron it dry. Make sure you have it should give you a nice stiff fabric, which again is also going to help stabilize your fabric for embroidery and keep the puckering at a minimum. Okay, so got that nice and dry. Okay, once you've done that, you're going to take your SF101 Shape Flex and you're going to set that on your fabric. And be careful about ironing this on your ironing board. It will, if you have an overage, it will iron to your ironing board. So make sure that it's really all on your fabric. Next, you're gonna wanna take like a fine mist water, something like one of these spray bottles here, that mist a really fine mist, and you're gonna wanna mist, do you see that? I don't know if you can see it, but you can kind of hear it. A nice thin mist of water onto your Shape Flex. It really helps it adhere to the fabric. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna start in the middle of our shape flex, and we're gonna iron out and give it a slow iron. You're wanting about 3 seconds per area in order to make sure that that's adhesive side of the stabilizer has had a chance to be activated. Now, if you've never used shape flex before, I'm going to tell you the bumpy side is your adhesive side. So whatever the bumpy side is, that's the side that goes down against the wrong side of your fabric. Okay, so we're going to iron that out. Give it a good press, 3 seconds per section at least. Make sure it has time to sit there and really get that adhesive a chance to activate and set to your fabric. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do, and you're gonna do that for all your different background pieces that are explained to you in your pattern. Now your pattern may also, and again, it depends on how old your pattern is, when it was made, but your pattern may also tell you to cut stabilizer and iron it, or not iron it, but actually sew it to your background pieces. We're not doing that. So don't, if you see that in your pattern and you want to get a step ahead, don't do that. That's not how we're going to be doing these. We've moved on to her new method where we will be using a medium weight tearaway in the hoop instead of iron, and we won't be sewing it to our blocks. So you'll need medium weight tearaway. Again, we have that available here if you don't have any. And lots of threads, so you'll need to bring your assortment of threads depending on your pattern. We also, again, we sell lots of threads here, so if you have, missing a color that you need, we have them available for you. We will be sending out a bit of a supply list. It's going to be your basic embroidery supplies, your hoop. One thing you're going to need, and excuse me for 1 second while I grab it, I should have had it. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, you are going to need the plastic template that fits in the hoop for your machine. So on the Bernina hoops, it looks something like this, and it's a plastic template. So this is a must-have. You're gonna need the one that fits into your largest hoop that you have for your machine, okay? So plastic template fits in hoop. You are also going to need to have a double-sided regular Scotch brand or 3M double-sided tape. You're going to need to have a roll of that. And some kind of little flag stickers like this. Now we do sell some here, but if you have any, like Post-it note, little arrow stickers of some sort, you will need those also. And I think that about covers it. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at the shop and we'll do the best we can to answer your questions. Our number is 541-855-4124, and either Suzanne or I can help you with any questions that you may have. All right, we look forward to seeing you all. See you soon. Bye.